Good evening. My name is John Roboleski, and this evening I'll be moderating questions to Captain Campanelli, who is a candidate for the Erie County Sheriff's Office. Good evening, Captain.
Good evening, John.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's a great opportunity. There seems to be some worry among voters that if you're elected, that you're going to take their guns away. What are your thoughts on that?
John, the Sheriff's Office, their responsibility is to protect the rights of citizens, not take them away. I'm an avid hunter. I'm a gun owner. Our office will not come and take any guns.
It's also my understanding that you're also a Marine and you have respect for the U.S. Constitution.
Absolutely. Being a former Marine and a deputy for 25 years, I've been duly sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States and of Pennsylvania.
And of Pennsylvania. Well, given that, what are some of the most important skills that you possess that you can bring to the office of sheriff?
Sure. I think my experience in every facet of the office over the past 25 years, I've done every job. I worked as a line officer, deputy sheriff, a civil deputy, I was promoted to lieutenant. I've been consequently promoted to captain, the position I hold now, which is third in command of the office. That position oversees the daily operations of the office.
I see, very good. And that overseeing the daily operations of the office, you're familiar that there's a variety of different crimes that need immediate action in our communities. From your perspective and your experience of 25 years, what is the number one crime that you would want to impact?
Sure. I think everybody can agree the number one crime in our society right now is gun violence. Closely followed behind that, I think, would be domestic violence. Our office, luckily, is involved with the district attorney's office and his gun task force, and we're out there trying to help.
Okay, and in helping that, what are some of the most important skills that you can bring to the table to address those problems of gun violence that you see that's important?
Sure. As your sheriff, I would vow to work diligently with the district attorney's office, with law enforcement agencies across the county. This is something that we have to get a hold of. For ourselves, for our children, for our grandchildren. We have to make this happen.
I see. It appears to me that you have a sense of building a trusted relationship, not only with the internal operations of the sheriff's office, but also with the community. Given your skill levels, what are some of the things that you can do to build that trusted relationship between the functions of the sheriff's department, your personnel, and the community?
Sure. Bottom line, John, I believe the secret to the relations with the community and law enforcement as a whole, it's communication. We have to find that common ground where we all can communicate. Our office always has had open lines of communication. We've always had an open door policy. People from the public should always feel free that if they need help, they need assistance, contact your sheriff's office. We will do anything that we can to assist the community that we live in.
I understand that. That's very, very clear. Some of the other important issues in the minds of voters, specifically, what distinguishes you in your skill levels and your background from your Republican counterpart?
Sure. It boils down to experience. I've been with that office 25 years. I have done, like I said before, I've done every job. I know the administrative side of it. I've been very lucky that John Loomis, the current sheriff, he has exposed me to the administrative side, the budgetary stuff. Honestly, I think, and I know, I'm the right guy for this job.
I understand not only is John Loomis supporting you, you also have the support of a prior sheriff, is that correct?
Correct. Bob Mursky, the sheriff prior to John, has endorsed me as well. Also, multiple sheriffs throughout the state of Pennsylvania, including 3 or 4 Republican sheriffs and 2 or 3 retired presidents of the Pennsylvania Sheriff's Association.
It seems to me with that background, you have a wide appeal to not only Democratic voters, but also Republican voters and some independent voters based upon your level of endorsement. Another question I'd like to ask you, Captain Campanelli, is that you have extensive Marine Corps experience. And how is this going to impact how you manage the department and specifically how you manage your force?
Sure. From day one of leaving the Marine Corps, you were instilled with discipline. You were instilled with leadership ability, decision-making abilities. These are traits that I think our sheriff, it's a necessity. The sheriff needs to be cool-headed when he needs to be. He needs to be able to make decisions on the fly. And you have to be able to lead your people to effectuate change in their attitudes and opinions.
Yes. Well, that's an interesting topic that you bring that up, because opinions lead into a diverse community. And as you and I both know, Erie is a very diverse community. How can that experience help you impact the diverse community that we live in?
Sure. You know, John, I truly believe we are blessed to have such a multicultural area. You know, we're talking the African American community, we're talking the LGBTQ plus, our up and coming immigrant community. We all have to learn to communicate, though. It's essential. I think moving forward, it is a necessity that all of these groups learn to communicate with each other. Mm-hmm. And I would pride myself on the fact that I think I can lead the way into that.
Very good. Okay. Finally, I guess a question on everybody's mind, given your background, given your exposure to the military, your background at 25 years of experience, coming up through the ranks, why do you actually want to be sheriff of the office of Erie County?
Sure. Honestly, I've been a public servant my entire adult life, going on 30-some years here. It's what I was meant to do. I love what I do. I love Erie County. I was born and raised here. Uh-huh. These are the people I want to help. And I can tell you right now, from day one, when my feet hit the ground, we're going to be knocking on doors and telling people what's going on. We're going to make it right.
Okay. So, given that scenario, okay, what else would you like the voters of Erie County to know for you so that they can distinguish you and vote for you in this upcoming election?
Sure. Like I said, I believe the office of sheriff is one of the most important in county government. Your sheriff should not need on-the-job training on day one. Very important. He or she should know what they're doing on day one. If I can get one thing out to the public, please get out and vote on November 2nd. Tell 5 of your friends to tell 5 of their friends, get out and vote. This is one of the most important elections in Erie County in a long time. And I just would like to say thank you so much for your consideration, and thank you, John, for having me here tonight.
Well, Captain Campanelli, it's been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
With these particular questions I asked you, I'm quite sure that the voters are going to look upon this very favorably, and thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you so much, John. I appreciate it.
Very good. That concludes our question with candidate Captain Campanelli. As he said, get out and vote. Thank you for your time.